Hey guys, if you're thinking about coming to the 2024 Moonlight Gathering, then this video's for you. That's a little bit more information. We're still hammering things out. We got some great things planned, and this year's gonna be epic. So back to our Moonlight Gathering. Let's talk about what people can expect, because, over the years, being up there at Altamont, we've learned a few things, We've been lucky with the weather not being rained out or anything, but you never know what could happen. So come prepared. It gets cold at night. When the sun goes down, it's hot during the day, but it gets cold at night. So bring coats, bring blankets, bring an umbrella just in case it happens to rain. We've been lucky that it hasn't. We're out in the outdoors. We're not spending a lot of money to get indoor rentals and to be indoors and all that, because we're trying to keep this cheap for everybody so that it doesn't cost people to come. But be prepared for the weather,
You might also bring some bug spray. We have never had problems with bugs, but you don't know if we're going to. So bring some bug spray. Bring some of the guys that help us with planning on this came up with a couple of good ideas. They says you might want to bring 2 chairs per person. And I've had people that I'm telling that to, and they say, well, what's the second chair for? And I says, well, our main speakers, we have a stage and so forth, and we set up. And last year we had 740 people there. And I says, you go over and get yourself a good spot and get set up with your chair, and it might get real hot during the day. You might want, if you've got some kind of little shade things or pop-up shade things or different things, you might want to bring something for shade during the daytime because it gets hot. But you get your chair set up, and if you got shade things set up and everything, and then we do all these other little breakout training sessions and that kind of thing. Unless you want to sit on the grass or stand there for an hour and listen to people tell you stuff, you might want to take you a lawn chair or something over there with you. And if you take your lawn chair from in front of the stage, about guaranteed when you go back, if you had a good spot, you don't have it anymore. Somebody's grabbed that from you. And so you might want to have one chair to take around to these different little training sessions. We call them breakout sessions. And we've got 10 of those going on. And then have one that's going to be save your spot chair, and that if you get a good spot, because there's a lot of people there, and if you pick up your chair and move out, if you don't have a shade set up or something that's going to save that spot for you, I'm going to grab your spot if it's a good one. So
these breakout sessions, last year was the first year we kind of did that, and it turned out really well. So we're going to. And it wasn't really organized very well, but it turned out pretty good. So we're going to have it again this year, and we're going to have it a little bit better organized. We're going to go for, and we haven't decided, 45 minutes to an hour, and then we've got an air horn. We're going to blow that horn, and then that's time to move on to the next session, so to the next breakout, so that you're not stuck at just one. Give 10 or 15 minutes for you to move from one to the next, and you want to take your lawn chair around there, and they're going to be around the perimeter of the park where the trees are, so they'll kind of be in the shade. But you're right, last year it got extremely hot during the day, and so you really can't put up one of these pop-up awnings or something, where we're having our main speakers, where we're having everybody sit. So if you have a pop-up awning, go and put it out on the perimeter somewhere, and have your extra chair there. Leave your chair where you want to be sitting. Save your spot there, and that way you can be in the shade if nothing's going on. But definitely bring an extra chair for everybody that's going with you, and definitely bring some coats and stuffs for in the evening when the sun goes down. And what else have we learned that people want to do?
Well, one thing they ought to know is that we'll have a lot of cold drinks on ice for you. We don't charge even for that. If you need a cold drink and you don't have any money, just come and get one, and we'll have sodas and we'll have water. We ask for donations for them. About everything we do, we just ask people to, if you feel like you can donate what you can, as long as we get enough money in donations. We've been doing it for 25 years. If if the way economics are going, we end up not getting enough donations and it's coming out of our pocket, that's probably going to be the end of these. And we hate to see it end, and we get a lot of people that say they don't want to see it end either. So there's a number of things that are going to be raffled off. Everything we do is by donation. Like I say, you don't have to have any money when you show up. If you hitchhike up there, you could do that and not have anything. I guess you'd have to beg for some food for a couple of days or something, but we probably could even scrounge you up some food if you don't have anything. But come prepared. There'll be some vendors there. There'll be food trucks. We've got drinks and that kind of thing. We'll have some drawings and different things, and we just look for people's donations and the goodness of their heart to keep us going. And this is a great thing. Like I say, you won't see it anywhere. There's nothing like this anywhere in the United States. So come up and enjoy yourself, and help us enjoy ourselves. Introduce yourself. Tell us some stories.
Hey, and usually I have been swamped running around trying to film things and that, man, and I don't get to meet people. I don't get to do things because of so. But if you got a great story and you want it filmed, come hit me up, man. We'll schedule some time. Say, Terry, man, I got a great story to tell you. You need to film this. Come hit me up, and we'll go off in the corner somewhere and we'll document your story.
This year, another thing we're gonna do that's different is we're gonna try to get some people to help Terry out and just use their phones, if nothing else, to videotape some of the breakouts and those kind of things and post them so that people that can attend in person, we can get them out there on the internet and that kind of thing. We don't want you to stay home in your easy chair and watch this. You'll have way more fun if you're there in person, but for those people that it's too far, they don't have the money, or their vehicle isn't working, or any other reason that can't come, we're trying to set it up where they can see some of our stuff. We've had a lot of people ask for this kind of thing. Like I say, I would hate to see people stay home just because we're broadcasting it, because it's nothing like being there in person. But come on up and enjoy yourself and help us enjoy ourselves, and we'll keep doing these.
So I gotta say 100%, the main thing, there's no way to film everything that goes on. There is no way. There's so many side discussions. There's so many people from all over the country and people get and start talking and meet, and there's been several groups that have formed, treasure hunting groups that have formed and gone out and searching and stuff because of this. This is the greatest place to network. You hear all these networking events for business people and things like that. You come and network with other business people, Well, this is for treasure hunters. This is networking for treasure hunters. This is networking for the Bigfoot community. This is networking for the UFO community. This is working for the outlaw community. There is no place that you can go and network with this type of thing and make true everlasting friends, or learn a secret that you might need, just one little secret that somebody has that answer there here, and you'll never know unless you come there and talk to people. And don't just kind of and it's hard to do, you're there, you don't know anybody, so you're afraid to talk to people. But get out and mingle, talk. Even if you're afraid to mingle and talk, at least go up, you see some people standing around on a circle, go up and just hang around there and just eavesdrop. Listen, because there's some interesting stories told that they don't want people, the whole world, to know what's going on. They don't want to film, but they're talking amongst themselves. There's artifacts that show up here, but they don't want everybody to see it. So, man, if you see some along the fence lines where these cars are, man, you might want to go over there and just hang around and talk with some people, or just listen and see what's being shown, see what's being told, because there's definitely some treasures, secrets being told. There's definitely some artifacts being shown. It's just not shown to the whole world because they don't, the people that have this stuff or found this, they're top secret about this, so.
And that's true. There is no place that I know of where you'll have the type of atmosphere that you're going to have there, and the types of things you're going to hear and see, and the people that you can meet, and that there's no place you'll be able to do that other than at our rendezvous or our gathering.
And I was absolutely shocked at how many people come from out of state. Absolutely shocked. You know, I thought it'd be everybody from Utah. You know, I was absolutely shocked.
And I might mention last year, and I think this is a huge deal. A couple of days before we put it on last year, we got a phone call from Make-A-Wish Foundation, and they had a guy with Lou Gehrig's disease that wasn't going to live a year, and his last wish in life was to come up and see our presentation. They wanted to know if they could come up. We gave him the 4th row, and they came up with all his nurses and everybody that they needed to help him, and took up just about our whole 4th row, and were there to enjoy this program, and that was the last thing he wished to do in his life. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, what else you got to say, Ken? I mean, there's so much to talk about that it's hard to cover it all.
It is really hard to cover.
So I do want to say one other thing, you know. This started out being the Moon Lake Gathering because we was going to have it at Moon Lake.
Well, that's not really how it started out. It started out in Morgan, Utah,
no,
with 4 people. So
yeah, I know that, but I'm saying why we're called the Moon Lake Gathering. You know, we was gonna be when we started this 4 years ago. You know, this has been going on for 25 years, and you've moved it from where you guys had it, and we moved it over to here because you outgrew the other place and other things. But so we moved it to there. And so many people came and was coming, and the Forest Service got wind of it. And they said, hey, whoa, that's way too many people up there for what you got. And so we had to scramble and find a place to have it. So the city of Altamont, you know, graciously let us use their park. And it turned out to be a blessing in disguise because just a week or two before we had our main event, we had this event. A big, huge thunderstorm rolled in, man. It wiped out the campgrounds out there. It wiped out everything. It wiped out the parking. And so it was blessing in disguise, you know. But what I'm getting at is up at the Moon Lake Lodge, man. We are going to be in, and I don't want to really spread it out a lot because last year we had so many people going up there. It was too many people. But we are going to have some speakers up there at the Moon Lake Lodge at Friday. At what, starting at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, one's at 9 o'clock, talking about Bigfoot. 10 o'clock, they're going to be talking about Carrie Shanob. And I saw my name on the poster for 11 o'clock telling some treasure stories. Told them not to do that, but it's on at least one of the posters that's going out there advertising. So I might be up at Moon Lake on Friday telling some treasure stories at 11 o'clock is what they've got me listed for.
So I just want to say, man, you definitely want to hear Kent's stories. But Kent's got a problem, man. Last year, man, he was having leg problems and he couldn't do much, and they ended up cutting his leg off, man. It's not a wooden leg, man, but it's a fake leg, and he got permission from the person that has a mat to have that overlaid on his leg. So he's got a cool fake leg with a treasure map on it. Don't be stealing his leg, man, because he needs it to walk around on. But I'm thinking, Kent, you know, on the back of the Moon Lake Lodge there, they've got that porch. You could sit there and people could be out on the ground with their lawn chairs and stuff out there, and you could be talking from there, you know. So that would be an easy thing for you to do. So that would be a great thing. I think they've got a food truck up there, but if nothing else, man, if you're bringing your kids, you're bringing your wife, man, they've got hummingbirds up there that you can feed, and they take the hummingbird feeders down and you put them little feeders in your hand and they come and land on your fingers and feed. That's pretty cool, you know. If you bring in your kids, and this is family friendly, bring your kids, you know. Just got to keep them quiet. There's a playground they can play on, man, during the big seminar thing or the speakers and that, you know. But they can't be hooting and holler while the speakers are going on. But man, this is great. This is great for the whole family.
And might mention that Saturdays, well, we're not furnishing any meals, so there's not a great place. There's a little store with a deli there in Altamont, but for the most part, a lot of you are going to probably want to bring up your own food. There is a pavilion with picnic tables and that where you can sit and have lunch and things but you're going to need to bring up your own picnic and
Well,
those kind of things.
There's going to be some food trucks there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. There is going to be food trucks there, and we do want you to support those if you can. But also there is a pavilion with picnic tables where you can then take your food from the food trucks, or if you bring up your own from Duchesne or Roosevelt or Heber or wherever you happen to come through in that, if you pick up something in that, there is a picnic pavilion in that where you can eat in that. And then if you do a little bit of traveling, there are places to eat, but not so much right there close, other than the food trucks, or bring up your own.
So we're still hammering things out. We got some great plans still that we're going to be announcing. We're just making sure everything's firm. So most of the stuff is firmed up and we know what's happening, but we got a few extra surprises still coming. And one of them is maybe we might have Dell up there Friday, because Dell ended up with a map with that area, a Spanish map with 3 or 4 different mines up there, that ancient mines. And we might have him go on after you, because I just talked to him today, you know. And Dale's going to be one of the breakouts who's, oh man, the breakout speakers, man. We got some great breakout stuff. You know, Holly Remke's, who's great at interpreting Spanish symbols and monuments, and also the KGC, you know, Utah Jessup with Brewer's Cave and the Giants. The Utah Prospectors Association, you know, on how to pan for gold and search for gold and sluice for gold and all that. Dowsing, learn how to dowse. What else we got?
We've got people on skinwalkers and flying saucers. Some of the world experts on some of these things are going to be there. I'm going to be there just telling treasure stories at one breakout. Who else?
We got a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot.
We got a lot for you, man. You're gonna have a full. You know, your plate's gonna be full. We got a lot planned for you guys.
Yep. So come on up, say hi, for sure. And if you've got a story, we definitely want to hear them. So.
Anyway, with that said, man, that's a wrap.